What's going on, fellow Tesla family? It's a sad day. It's a sad, sad day.
Yeah, we're going back to Canada. So video number 2, Tampa, Toronto, part 2.
The way back home, where I don't want to go. All right, well, so like we always do at the start of our videos when we're taking a trip somewhere, we're off. So 2,700 miles on the dot, 710 kilowatts so far used for 263 watt hours per mile. So this is what I just want to know all over, and then I'll just add the rest. We are leaving at 4:15 p.m. January the 2nd. So here's an update on the trip. When we left Tampa, we got some bad traffic. Then when we got into Orlando, bad traffic again, so that put us behind some time. We've been driving for 2 hours and 25 minutes, and we've driven 115 miles. So that was, what, about half an hour between the two in delay. So now we're cruising along again, and making our way towards St. Augustine, one of our first little stops. We're doing some detouring along the way. All right. That's a squeaky window. We made it to St. Augustine. So the problem here with this one is the GPS actually shows you the chargers are here. I remember this from last time, and it did take us some extra time to try to find it, which was pretty crappy. So here is the stats. So 52 kilowatts used, 227 miles. Look at that, 227 for the watt hours per mile. We arrived with 38 miles, and we left with 270, so we're like spot on. So we started here in Clearwater, cut across the state, and then went up north. Not sure what's going on with this charger. Look at everything sticking out here. There, it's charging. Interesting. All right, so unfortunately, fortunately and unfortunately, depending how you look at it, because my wallet is okay, but unfortunately for Margarita, that the outlets here are closed. It's 8:40 and it's Thursday and they're already closed. That's basically the only thing that's here in St. Augustine. So we're gonna charge up. It says 40 minutes, but we're not gonna stay here 40 minutes. So here's what the plan is. We're doing this. I'm hungry. Problem is, it keeps bringing up just these chain restaurants. We want to go like to a nice fancy place or something nice. So literally it's like been one after the other, Cracker Barrel, this. Not saying these places aren't nice, but we've come to St. Augustine for a reason, to have some of their food, like Dairy Queen. I think we should be able to expand the searching and maybe say type of foods. So Elon, if you watch my videos, can you hear me out? Can we have a choice of either, money wise to be spending, or, if we want fast food or non-fast food? Look at this, every single one. KFC, Taco Bell is not what we want. All right, so let's go. Let's feel lucky and see what it would do. Friendship Fountain, Dark Endeavors. What is this? Only interactive mystery tour. We are closed and no longer running tours at this time. So something that seemed like it would be cool is not working either, which is not Tesla's fault. It's just, all right then. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have to like search on our own. That was a fail. Elon, please. I'm hungry. Look, McDonald's. Can we change that? Wendy's, McDonald's, Bojangles. Ugh. Alright, well, we have 156 miles. Let's just go find something to eat downtown. Sounds good? Let's get out of here fast. So we're strolling the streets in St. Augustine downtown, and You saw that ride as we're coming in. It's the oldest city of Florida. 1500s, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1565.
1565. And look at this, all the lights in here. It's a bumpin' city. Ponce de Leon. So definitely recommend this place if you can get out to it. There's the Fountain of Youth. There's the Ripley's Believe It or Not. They also have a lot of ghost tours. So definitely if you're around this area, you gotta check it out. Wow. And come for the night. Another thing I love about Tesla, updating the car while we're walking around the city. I think someone stole the train. Well, the one bad thing about this place is that it closes early. All the restaurants we try to go to were closed at like 9, 10. A lot of the shops were closed, so it was really strange. Only some of the bars were open, but we didn't want bar food. We didn't come to St. Augustine for bar food, right?
No.
So
we found this Harry's seafood restaurant, which is really nice, and they actually taking seats until 10.
yeah, Harry's Seafood. I think we ate here last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been here before. Food was good. So
We just try to get something different this time, but there's no luck. Everything is closed.
the one thing you did find was ice plant. So it used to be actually an ice plant a long time ago, and they turned it into a restaurant. But after 10 o'clock, you said?
Yeah.
After 10, they turned it to a nightclub or something?
I don't know, I never was there. But the
Yeah.
same dinner served until 10.
Till 10. So
But open until 2 a.m. I'm assuming. We can go to.
yeah, but thank goodness we stopped here. But we wouldn't be eating anywhere except where we were looking at on the car, telling us McDonald's or any of those other places, Burger King, Wendy's. So, all right, so we're gonna go eat and then make our travels back. So just want to make a note here. It's after 11 p.m. This is the St. Augustine Premium Outlets, and this entrance where the GPS takes us is closed, and it says use north entrance. So we gotta go and find the north entrance now around the GPS here. So we came back to St. Augustine's Charger because we walked around downtown and had dinner, as you saw. So now we need to stay here for 20 minutes before we can continue on our journey. Let's go find the north entrance. So we went to the next side, and this one says detour, and there's a rope on here. Like seriously, if you came here low battery trying to find this, you'd be in trouble. So I think we have to go all the way up here, but it doesn't even show. I have to zoom in more. So you have to go all the way up here. So that was a mission, but we're back. It's after 11, so there was no sign about saying like closed at 10 or closed at 11. So that part I don't know, but it's past 11. So note for anybody watching this, if you go to St. Augustine late at night, you'll have to take the detour to the north entrance, the furthest one, what the GPS tells you. You have to basically keep going. And then you have to come all the way back. So that was a mission itself. So if you come here with low range, you might have to scoot under the ropes that were there. Gonna charge up for 20 minutes and then we're off. And we are gonna be going back to Savannah, Georgia. And then Columbia. Oh boy. Keep you guys posted on that Columbia situation. Hopefully it's not the same like last time.
Please press button for your ticket. Welcome. Please take your ticket. Please proceed into the lot.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We got them all to ourselves. That doesn't even rhyme. Alright, so we arrived exactly 2 a.m. 52 miles left, 171.3 used up. You can tell we're starting to go above sea level. So we need to stay here for 30 minutes before we make our way to lovely Columbia, South Carolina. hard to be cool when what you're trying to do does not work. Things we do for the shots. Oh boy. 2 a.m. I'm beat. We were on the beach all day, and now we've been driving and driving. Interesting. This is the first time ever that this has been completely empty. And another thing to note now, 2 of them, 3A and 3B, was not working, and they are now working. So for me being the only one here, it's charging slow at 88 kilowatts. It stalls 125 kilowatts max. So I think I'm gonna move just so I can charge a little faster. Or I could try to sleep. Which one do I do? I don't know. I'm tired. Randomness. Black cat. So I'm glad I moved. 120 kilowatts. 360 miles per hour. Now I'm getting 510 plus. So funny enough, I'm in 3B, and that's one that was actually not working at all last time. I moved from 2A. Check your stalls, guys and gals. You never know. And sometimes it's worth to move it, especially if nobody's here. It's already down to 25 from 35, so I shaved off 10 minutes of charging by moving. Alright, 35 minutes exactly. I guess I overslept while Margarita went to the washroom. Columbia was 16%, and we'll have to stay there for a while. Should be there around 5 a.m., so 2.5 hours. Let's roll out. Well, at least the gas stations are still good for something. Wash my windshield. Drove 167 miles for 2 hours and 13 minutes. Arrived with 41. And it's completely empty. Please be working. Please, please, please. Alright, here we go. Nice. We're getting 130 plus kilowatts. But we need to stay here for a long time because we're going to be heading up the mountains to Wytheville, VA. This is a long, long ride. We should be there by 8:50 a.m. And right now it's just about 5. I'm going to go and get about an hour's sleep. Someone's been sleeping nicely over there for a while. Sheets. Mount Airy. This one is off the beaten path. It is 10 miles, 5 miles in, 5 miles to get back to the highway. I think we could have made it to Wytheville, but instead it wants us to pass that and go to Mount Hope next. So, what are you gonna do? You could sleep. You make for great video. I love it.
What is this called?
Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Have you been here?
No, this is our first time here actually. We only need 15 minutes and we're off, so no sleep for me. Getting good speeds here, 600 plus miles per hour. Alright, let's go through some data here. 763 miles out of the 1400. We are at that halfway point. I just canceled the navigation. Recalculate. So it's 9:05 and we left at 4:15, so we are 17 hours in out of a 26-hour journey as per the GPS. We are in like Mayberry County. I don't know if anybody knows that. Andy Griffin. And here we go. After 17 plus hours, I'm finally going to take a break. And Miss Backseat Baller is going to start.
That's a good way to put it. Okay, and we're off.
So I guess we overstayed a bit, and now it's going to take us back to Wytheville and past Mount Hope. So interesting enough. No, it's not a scary movie. It's the Virginia Appalachian Mountains. We are going up, 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 up. Look at the watt hours per mile. 417. And just like that, fog is gone. Literally, I was just filming that maybe 30 seconds ago. Oh, hopefully the new batch caught it.
Mom, you always complain beside this dude. Now I know why.
Because you're making a mess too all the time when you're eating here. This is the first time ever I've dropped it. How much are you on this side compared to me on that side? And check in there and check your side. You think only when I sit here I make a big mess?
Yes, this is only a few times it's enough for you
Oh boy.
to make a mess. See, I don't eat. I'm just trying.
Time for the double shot espresso. In a can.
I thought you were gonna sleep. That's why I'm driving, for you to rest.
I'm relaxing. I don't have to concentrate so hard on the road.
You don't? Are you sure?
Can you just do your job? Yeah, I do have to concentrate because I'm like telling you, no, cancel that. No, go over here. No, stop the car. Wait, hit the gas. Wait, gas?
This is why for me, you're gonna sleep because you're bothering me. You're distracted.
Now this is
Seriously.
sorry. Wytheville. Alright, so we are in Wytheville, Virginia, and we need 35 minutes to charge. Margarita's been driving. I'm just writing all the details, so I have things at the end for everybody. So we arrived here at 10:13. I don't know why I say Wytheville. There's no R. Wytheville.
Actually, nice.
Wytheville. Yeah, with the rocks behind us is pretty cool. It's just all around in the back. Feel like covered in. When we were here in last year in December, it was all snow all around. I remember that.
Is that the one you found the peaches?
Yes, the peaches are on the top in here. The tree at the edge. So I think just before August is when their perfect timing. Ripeness. From here, Morgantown, West Virginia. So just a quick note, the charger there, 2B, was running at 85 kilowatts. So we moved over to 1B, and it's still the same thing. There's nobody at the stall, but again, if you look at the state of charge, so it's 80 kilowatts, which makes sense because of the state of charge. That's not what I want to point out. Before we were supposed to go Morgantown. So now instead of staying here for 35 minutes, it's telling us we only need to stay here for 25 minutes. And instead of going to Morgantown, we'll stop at Mount Hope. And all I did was unplug it, change the stall, and plug it back in. And I realized that this also happened at 2 stops ago, 2 superchargers ago. Not sure why it does that, why it reroutes when you plug out and plug back in.
Now turn right onto East Main Street.
GPS. Alright, we just left the Wytheville, Virginia Supercharger. I saw an Ontario plate show up in a white Model 3, start chit-chatting with them. Lovely couple, awesome. Told them to like and subscribe to my channel, because why not?
Stay straight to take the Interstate
told you,
77
stay
North
straight.
ramp.
I'm not only the passenger, I'm also the GPS coordinator. So again, we met a lovely couple there, chatted with them. They had their mom in the back there, in the back seat. Oh boy. And for the whole time while we were there. Again, what other car company do you do this with? Do you go to a gas station and start chatting with people, making new friends? No. They also know Tesla Latino, so that was really cool. And hopefully we'll see them in Toronto. Look at that fog in these mountains again. The Big Walker Mountain Tunnel. go, please.
And then Friday never gone. Cracker Barrel.
Let's get under here. Well, it's not where it's not raining. So the charger is about 10 minutes away from here, but we're gonna grab some food first so we can eat it while we're charging up. Oh, it smells so good.
It's still Christmas.
Get my damn gun, I'll kill you, you son of a bitch.
You're the one that's running people over, right?
Get out of here, you hippie. You don't belong here.
Hippie?
Get out of here.
Kids walking, old folks walking. It's not an 80-mile-per-hour zone.
It's none of your business.
It is when you almost hit my wife, okay? So calm down, have a happy new year. That's it. Drive a little slower. Lots of folks around here. When you almost hit my wife, it is my business. All right. We arrived. We recommend charging now. We arrived at We arrived at Weston, West Virginia, 35 miles, and we need 25 minutes to charge. Then from here we go to Franklin, PA for 15 minutes, then Erie, PA for 40 minutes. Kind of strange why it does that. We are on track still to arrive home in Mississauga for 11 p.m. Let's go charge. So technically that car is not icing. 10-minute general in a few spots. 4 spots in the end are Tesla only, and then all these other ones are 10-minute general. Then they also have, which is nice, is this. It's free to use and it's automatic. You set it. Oh, sorry, that was really loud. But basically you set it to what you want and put it in, and away you go. It does it automatically. You don't even have to check it afterwards. So that's really nice. What's good about it is before we head down to Florida, I'll let air out of the tires. When we're going back now, I'm going to put air into the tires after the tires cool off. Remember to always let your tires cool off. Alright, we quickly charged up and we're back on the road. We passed the 1,000-mile mark. 262 and 260, not bad for going up the mountains and having lots of the car loaded, basically the front, the trunk, the bottom well. 2 hours to our next destination, which is Franklin Park. Not sure why it wants us to stop there. 60% is kind of a lot in my opinion, but we'll go by the GPS. So I just wanted to know for the Canadians that are coming from Toronto, heading down south during the winter, most of us, well I do anyways, run the PSI for the tires at 45. The Weston, West Virginia, where I just was at, has a tire pressure stand. I turn it back down for around 42, going back down the hill and heading towards Florida. So you just set it to 42, put it in, it's automatic, it tells you when it's done and stop. You don't need to check it or anything. So good tip going down, stop when you stop at Weston at the Sheetz gas station. Also deflate your tires, and when you're coming back, same thing. I use Weston, West Virginia. That's a tongue twister. Weston, West Virginia, Weston, West Virginia, Weston, West Virginia. Also, I use that one to fill the tires back up. So I put them to 45 for the way back home. So that's it, just a quick tip. Let's continue on and we'll see everyone back in the video at Franklin Park, PA. Cut! Did I scare you?
No.
From outer space. I just walked in to find you here. My excuse is I'm trying to drive. I can't look at the screen. What's yours? You can read it. And, just turn
I
around.
can move without car.
But then we can't put on YouTube. Pro tip number 2. If you're in the Washington, PA, there is a factory, Tangier factory at Outlet area. They have no tax on clothing. And they also have the charge points, free charging. But, there's a big but. If you come here, don't be this guy. Parking your Model X and not charging. At least just plug it in. Make it look like you're charging, right? Someone else could show up and need a charge. But again, anyways, it's not about that. But the pro tip is, if you come here, you got some free charging before you're making your way. Cranberry, PA. Just a note. GPS will tell you to turn left by the Starbucks. Lots of construction going on, so if you're coming down here anytime soon, when you watch this video, you have to just go a little further down one street and come back where the Quaker Steak and Lube is. And it's right behind the hotel there. We need a 20-minute charge. Another thing, don't be that person. And speaking about a loaded car, look at this. Tons of stuff in here. And a big luggage and everything else. And under here, it's full too. And the front. And the back seat. Rolling in to
Now
Erie.
destination is on the left.
Well, thank you, GPS. Let me try that again. Rolling into Erie, PA. The last charger before we leave USA. Every charger we've been to is pretty much, I think every single charger was only one. We had one person that we met up with, right? Last charger for the journey. We need to stay here for 25 minutes. And then that should, we have 81 miles right now. It's like a pulsating heart. Getting some really good speeds here. Make our way back to Canada. Snow and cold. Alright, well, it's raining. No more sun, no more sand, no more beach. By the next video I do, I'll be close to the border and crossing into Canada. Time to leave Erie, PA. We are leaving America, making our way to the Canadian border.
Home, sweet home.
See you on the other side. Well, here we are, back in
Canada.
Yeah, home sweet home, as they say.
33 hours later, tired. Don't mind the faces.
Yeah, my back hair. It's always the hair.
We didn't sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Crying like a crazy.
I've been up since.
Don't do that.
Don't. I've been up since 8 a.m. Thursday. Full report will be done tomorrow.
Tomorrow for you in a few seconds.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the like button and
Subscribe.
yeah, baby. Made it all the way home with 11 miles left. Alright, so it's the next day. Look at this. It's rainy and drizzly and crappy. We left at 4:15 p.m. on Thursday and we arrived 1:30 a.m. on Saturday. So the total driving time was
33 hours. And we stopped on some Augustine for dinner.
Yeah.
2 hours.
And total, when we originally thought it was only 2 hours, but we actually stopped for 3 hours at total time, right?
Pittsburgh. We went shopping for an hour.
Yeah. Made a quick stop for an hour to buy some perfume and stuff like that. While I slept for a bit in the car and charged, recharging. Some food stops. And I did put the incident we had with that gentleman who almost ran you over and then pulled you back.
Oh, okay.
So I left that in the video.
Great.
Total average time of charging was 22 minutes per stop.
How much?
The total charging amount of cost was $72. The total distance we drove was from Indian Rocks Beach to Mississauga, 2,358 kilometers, which translates to 1,465 miles. We use an average of 397 kilowatt hours. Not an average, sorry, that was the total kilowatt hours we used up for the trip, which worked out to 168 watt hours per kilometer, or to translate it to miles was 271. And that was coming back up through the mountain. And the car was loaded.
Trunk was loaded. No, I forgot how to close this hole in your trunk.
Oh, in the trunk.
It's supposed to fill out.
I call it the bottom well of the trunk, or the hidden compartment, whatever you want to call it.
Hidden compartment with a beer and alcohol.
It was actually your snow boots, because when we went down, you were wearing the boots.
Oh, don't have any money. I already feel horrible with all this water. No shorts.
The vacation total, so I'm talking Toronto to Florida, then across Florida to Miami, Orlando, meeting everyone else, all that time, and then Florida back to Toronto, was a total of 6,679 kilometers, or 4,150 miles. That was like, what, 2 weeks, 14 or 15 days total?
14 days.
Yeah, Tesla community. I mean, I know we say it each and every time in our videos, but can't stress it enough, right? Like how much fun the whole trip was in general.
Yeah.
Met new people. Yeah, it was really fun. You can tell she's already in the Canada dreary, ugly weather mode.
Like it wasn't even yesterday. It already was 3 days ago. The last sun. Actually, it was very fast for me.
Fast? What do you mean fast?
Like the way back. I just closed my eyes, woke up, we already almost in Canada.
Well, on the way back, I did the majority of the driving. Remember, it was 17 hours. I remember this because I was just editing the video, so I know that number clearly. It was 17 hours before you started to drive. Yeah, we were in the car, like stopping St. Augustine, all that stuff was 17 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and I did not sleep until like the 25th hour mark or something.
But people believe that because of you craziness.
I know.
Other people
Looks like.
should stop and rest.
But if we go through the video, we can see who's clearly sleeping a lot more than the other.
Yeah, about that. I will try more.
Yeah, Margarita already said that, because usually I let her watch the videos before I post it, so she can, tell me her thoughts and everything on it, take this out, take that off. But what did you say about this video?
No, I just say, don't show me, because I'm gonna be upset with what you put about me, how I sleep, and probably not pretty when I wake up, so I don't want to see it.
So she told me, just post it, and she'll scream at me later. So thank you for that, baby.
You're welcome.
So that's
so
it.
next video, if it's not coming out, it's mean I killed him.
Oh, wow. So if you don't see me any future videos, you heard it here.
What is beat you?
So if I'm wearing more makeup than I normally do, then we know why. I don't think you should talk about violence on here.
Yeah, it's true.
But we are just kidding.
Not violent people.
Thank you to the Tampa Bay crew. Thank you to Raphael and your wife Nancy. Everyone else.
You guys.
What you see? We miss you all.
Maybe not you, just the weather.
Wow. She says it as it is.
No, we had a great time.
We miss you all already. So we're off. Backseat Ballers saying bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel if you already don't.
You know, Raphael, it's like when he was in the fridge, something stick out. So if he come to Canada, it's all cold around him.
That's not this video. That was an older video with him.
I know, I just remember the fun.
Oh boy.
Yes, see you next time.
And don't forget to
Subscribe and like my husband.
like your husband. Are you like
channel?
vlogging me out there now?
Like and subscribe to the channel.
See you guys and gals. Thanks for watching.